Hello dear students, today we are going to speak about grammar. Open your books at page 66. Passive in present simple and past simple. Let's look in exercise 1, the table. We form the passive with the verb to be in the appropriate tense and then add the past participle of the main verb. It's the third form. For example, the Empire State Building was completed in 1931. You see, was completed. In present simple, we use am, is, are with participle to. For example, they hold the Cannes Film Festival in May. We may say the Cannes Film Festival is held. In negative form, you will say isn't. And in interrogative question, we put is before the subject. In past passive, we use was for singular and were for plurals with the participle to. For example, George Lucas directed Star Wars. Star Wars was directed by George Lucas. We also add the particle not to the verbs was, were, wasn't, weren't, with a participle to. In negative sentences and interrogative, we put was, were before the subject. Now let's look changing from the active into passive. Look at this hymn. James Cameron directed Avatar. In passive, it will be Avatar was directed by James Cameron. We see that subject becomes an agent and object becomes the subject. And the verb direct is changed into was directed. Now let's listen to some examples.
They began the construction of the tower in 1173 AD. The construction of the tower was begun in 1173 AD. The architect originally designed it to be a vertical bell tower. It was originally designed to be a vertical bell tower. They finished the tower in 1360 AD. The tower was finished in 1360 AD. Thousands of tourists visit the tower every year. The tower is visited by thousands of tourists every year.
In exercise 2, we are to fill in is or are for present passive. Let's check. Most films are made in Hollywood. Jim Carrey is known for his comedies. The Cannes Film Festival is held every May. Changes to actors' lines are sometimes made at the last minute. Pixar Animation Studios is based in California, USA. The Nomads is set in the 18th century Kazakhstan. In exercise 3, you are to put the verbs in brackets into the past simple passive. Remember, was or were. In exercise 4, you are to read the theory. The object of the active verb becomes the subject in the passive sentence. The active verb changes into a passive form. The subject of the active verb becomes the agent, and the agent is introduced with by, or it is omitted. We use the passive voice when we don't know who did the action. For example, the car was stolen yesterday. Or the action is more important than the person who did it. For example, the film was released in 2008. In exercise 5, you are to write the sentences in the passive voice. For example, William Shakespeare wrote Macbeth. Macbeth was written by William Shakespeare. You are to do this exercise yourselves. In the 6th exercise, we are to read the theory with by, with a person who does the action, the agent. For example, the picture was painted by Picasso. And with instrument or material or ingredient. For example, the picture was painted with oil paint. Let's check. The documentary was filmed with an underwater camera. The show was watched by millions of people. The artwork was made with the paper. Avatar was directed by James Cameron. In exercise 7, you are to use the verbs and the names to write a passive sentence about each of the following. Look at the columns of the table, listen, and make the sentences. For example, America was discovered by Christopher Columbus. You are to finish this exercise yourselves.
Welcome back to That's Entertainment. The next round is called True or False. All right then, let's play. True or false? America was discovered by Christopher Columbus. Bill?
True.
Correct. Next question. Hamlet was written by William Shakespeare. Bill?
That's true.
Yes, you're right again. True or false? Aida was composed by Giuseppe Verdi. Jane?
That is false.
No, sorry, Jane. Aida was composed by Giuseppe Verdi. Next question. The Pieta was sculpted by Michelangelo. Jane?
That is true.
Well done, Jane. You're right. Here is the next question. Blue Suede Shoes was sung by Elvis Presley. Bill?
That's false.
No, sorry, Bill. Blue Suede Shoes was sung by Elvis Presley. True or false? The Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Jane?
True.
Right again, Jane. Now, here is the last question of this round. The telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. Bill?
True.
Yes, Bill, that's right. The telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. Let's take a short break. When we come back...
And exercise 10. It, there. Let's read the theory. We use it, there as a subject when there is no natural subject in a sentence. We use there with is or are to introduce something new. For example, there's something on your coat. We use there with is or are to say that something exists in a particular place. There is a cinema in the mall. We use it to talk about weather. For example, it's rainy today. About time. It's 1:45. About distance. It's about 3 kilometers from the school to the city center. About temperature. It's hot today. And after. It seems that. It appears that. It looks like. It is said that. It doesn't matter. It's too late to go to the park now. It looks like we'll have to stay at home. We use it to comment on identity, something or somebody. It was great to be there. It's nice to meet you. What is it? It's an. Now let's listen to the examples. We talk about weather.
It's hot and sunny today.
It is used when we're talking about time.
It's 10:30. I'm late for my biology lesson.
We talk about distance.
It's 5 miles to the nearest petrol station.
It is used to comment on something.
Hi, John.
Hi, Alex. It's great to see you again.
To identify something or someone.
Hello, it's Susan. Can I speak to Kelly, please?
We introduce something new.
There's a food festival this weekend. Shall we go?
Sure. Why not?
And therefore saying that something exists in a particular place.
There is lots of food in the fridge. Help yourselves.
And now you are to do the tense exercise. You are to fill in it or there, and you are to write this exercise in your exercise books.